I remember the silence. That kind of silence that feels alive, thick and humming like the moment before a storm hits. Effective immediately, the board has voted, my father-in-law said. His voice smooth but smug. We're moving in a new direction, Daniel. Across the long glass table, my wife, Claire, avoided my eyes. Her red nails tapped her coffee mug once, twice, then stopped. The sound echoed louder than the words that followed. You're out. I didn't speak. I didn't even blink. I just stared at the people I'd built my life around. The people who were smiling while they dismantled everything I had given them. 5 years ago, I'd handed them a dream. The company, Northwind Analytics, had been mine long before Claire and I met. I'd built it in a cramped apartment with 2 laptops and an unpaid intern. Then, when we married, her father, a wealthy investor with political connections, helped me scale. He joined the board, brought in her brothers, her cousin, and soon family was the company's DNA. And I thought that meant trust. Now, watching their faces light up with satisfaction, I realized what it really meant. I'd been the tool. The mule that carried them up the mountain. After the meeting, Claire followed me to the parking lot. The sky hung low and gray, the city noise muffled by drizzle. Daniel, please don't make this harder, she whispered. Dad said it's what's best for the company. You've been distracted. Distracted? I asked quietly. Or disposable? She didn't answer. She just wrapped her coat tighter. Her engagement ring glinting under the dull sky like a blade. I studied her face. The woman who used to fall asleep with her head on my chest, who used to call me her safe place. Now she looked like someone reading a script written by someone else. That was the moment I knew. The betrayal wasn't just business. The signs had been there. The late-night strategy meetings. The whispered calls that stopped when I entered the room. The shift in her perfume. Something more expensive, more deliberate. I told myself I was imagining it. That I was paranoid from overwork. But then 2 weeks before the vote I'd seen it. A text preview on her phone while she showered. He won't see it coming. After Friday we're free. I didn't sleep that night. I sat at my desk staring at the blinking cursor of an unfinished report, while something inside me cracked open, quietly without sound. They thought I didn't notice when they transferred ownership shares. When her father's lawyers updated the contracts. When my wife started forwarding my company emails to herself. They thought I was still the dreamer, the naive husband who believed love and loyalty were the same thing. They were wrong. At 2 a.m. the night before the vote, I walked into my home office and started the backup transfer. Every server, every account, every contract, moved, mirrored, secured. The intellectual property, legally mine, hidden in plain sight. When the final upload finished, I poured myself a whiskey, watching the progress bar turn green. Go ahead, I whispered to the dark. Take your vote. The morning after they fired me, I woke before dawn. The house was silent. Claire's side of the bed was empty. Check my phone. No messages. No apology. No explanation. Just quiet. I brewed coffee, slow and methodical. Every movement. Measured, deliberate. My hands no longer shook. The anger had burned clean. At 8 a.m. my phone buzzed. A flood of messages from the IT department. Emergency. No one can access the servers. Legal wants to speak to you immediately. The system is locked. Root permissions disabled. I took a sip of coffee. The bitterness was perfect. By 8:05 my father-in-law was calling. By 8:10 Claire. I didn't answer either. Instead, I opened my laptop and watched them panic in real time as the digital heartbeat of the company they stole flatlined. Claire showed up that evening. Her eyes were red, her voice trembling. What did you do, Daniel? I looked up from my chair. I just took back what was mine. Dad says you sabotaged everything. You'll ruin us. No, I said softly. You ruined me. She flinched. I could see the conflict in her eyes. Fear, guilt, maybe a flicker of love. But it was too late. Was it worth it? Yes. Trading trust for power. trading me for him. Her lips parted, but no words came. The silence that followed was heavier than any confession. She turned away, wiping her tears. You've changed. No, I said. I finally saw. 2 months later, Northwind Analytics dissolved under legal pressure. My father-in-law retired, due to health reasons. Claire moved back in with her parents, and we signed the divorce papers quietly. No shouting, no tears, just a faint smell of old coffee and lawyers' pens scratching across the table. I built something new after that. Smaller, leaner. No family, no partners. Just me and the few who had stayed loyal. Sometimes late at night I think about Claire. About the way her hand used to find mine in the dark. About the quiet mornings before everything rotted from the inside. But then I remember that boardroom. That smile she gave me when they voted. The way betrayal can wear the face of the person you love most. And I realize some silences aren't meant to be broken. Final line. At 8 a.m., they tried to log in to the empire they stole from me, and found out I'd already deleted their kingdom.